From Iraq to Syria, we take it to that. But with ISIS still very much the menace everywhere, with two countries fighting over the future of Syria, those two countries coming face to face today. Secretary of State John Kerry meeting with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov. It's part of a broader day of meetings that also includes representatives from the other backers of the conflict, Turkey and Saudi Arabia. 30-year Army veteran and Fox News military analyst, General Bob Scales. Does anything happening there at that meeting change the leader? You're already laughing. That's not a good sign. Change the path of the leader of Syria, Assad. U.S. wants him out. Russia loves him in.
Short answer, Liz, is no. Look, I mean, talking is better than fighting. I got that. But I think everybody realizes that Vladimir Putin has put together a very effective coalition of evil. He's got Hezbollah, Iran, Russia, and the Syrian army on his side. He's marching on Aleppo. He's on the offensive, supported by massive airstrikes by the Russians. And so it's very typical behavior, whether it's, the czars, the Soviets, or the Russians. When you have an advantage and you know you hold the cards, you go to the peace table to get the best deal you can before the fighting ends. I believe that's exactly what's happening in Vienna. And the rest of the world is watching, as you know, Liz. And the bottom line is this. Everybody, I think, in the world knows who's the aggressor. Everyone knows who is the power center today. And the best first-class ticket in the diplomatic world is from Vienna to Moscow. Unfortunately, that's what's happening.
So if John Kerry is not exactly in the leadership position in that meeting, let's just give a little perspective here, though. Lavrov, his counterpart in Russia, and he actually worked very well together in 2013, General, when they worked together to get the accord that would eliminate Syrian government chemical weapons. Of course, ISIS manages now to somehow get chemical weapons, allegedly. But these two gentlemen have managed to work together pretty darn well. Is there a chance that together this talk with Lavrov and Kerry can at least make some headway?
Let's just make sure we know who's in charge here, Liz. It's not Lavrov, it's Vladimir Putin. And Lavrov will do exactly what Putin tells him to do. Look, these guys are friends. They get along famously.
Correct. Yeah.
But in the realm of geopolitics, whether it's taking care of chemical weapons or getting a deal with Iran or stopping the Russians in Ukraine, it all comes out of the brain of Vladimir Putin. Lavrov is just doing what he's told to do, and I'm afraid right now Putin is on a roll. He knows he owns the geostrategic advantage both in the Ukraine and in Syria, and he's not likely to stop, Liz.
General Scales, Delta Force, we've got to just salute them for what they were able to do with this raid in Iraq. And I'm just your thoughts on this. You cannot call it an outright success because we lost that U.S. commando, and that is a massive loss. But when you look at what Delta Force does in their mission, they did it right.
Look, let's a couple of quick points. This is Master Sergeant Wheeler's, this was his 14th deployment in 15 years. The other thing is, remember now, there's an old saying in Delta that leaders die first. And remember, this Master Sergeant, 39 years old, was a team leader. And he was the one that literally stood up in front of some Kurdish fighters who were a bit reluctant to push it home and said, follow me, and he died for it. No, we owe this great sergeant an enormous debt of gratitude, and we're very, very sorry for his loss.
It's horrible. But let's be clear. This is not a combat situation, correct? This was a rescue situation. That's what Delta Force does. So we believe the U.S. administration when they say, well, we do not have boots on the ground at this point, correct?
Yeah, of course, that's true. Remember, Delta does hostage rescue. They do direct action in killing high-value targets, and they do essentially strategic reconnaissance. This is not a major American commitment to ground forces, but it doesn't make it any more deadly and any more dangerous, or in this case, any more heroic, Liz.
Heroic, beyond belief, and he will be missed. General Scales, it's great to have you. Thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
General Bob Scales.